everyone, welcome back to Sniff with Steph. Thanks so much for tuning in. Today we're going to be talking about my favorite fragrances to layer. Now, layering can be done however you would like. You know, people have their own styles and types of layering, but for me, what I like to do is I have specific scents in my collection that I think are really good for layering, that I can use as kind of a touch-up or a topper for most scents if I want to add a little spice, a little something something to the mix. So I'm going to be sharing with you today those fragrances that I choose to layer with. As always, if you like my content, like and subscribe down below. Follow me on TikTok, follow me on Instagram. We have tons of fun there. And let's get to it. So the first fragrance I want to share with you guys is something I got really recently, and this is Van Cleef Arpels Orchidee Vanille. It just came in the mail a couple days ago, and I already made a dent, yo. This is, wow. This is good. I like this a lot. You know what I like about this scent? It's very natural smelling. It gives me vanilla extract vibes. It's not too sweet. It's a sweet, fluffy vanilla with chocolatey nuances and a little bit of orange. But it's not overly sweet. It's very natural smelling. It's fluffy. I will say this is a very light fragrance. It does not really last. It does not project at all. This is not one that you can underspray. Let's just put it that way. But what I have found in the last couple of days is that this is a perfect layering fragrance just because of the nature of it. If you want to add a fluffy chocolatey vanilla accord to any fragrance, I think this is a great option. I would not pay full retail for this, guys. Go on FragranceX, go on FragranceNet. I got this for about $90, and to me, that's an acceptable price. But even then, it's a little steep for how crappy the performance is. So just find a good deal if you're going to purchase this fragrance. Do yourself a favor. But yeah, this is great for layering. It's a really beautiful fragrance. Super cozy and comforting and fluffy. So that is Orchidee Vanille by Van Cleef Arpels. The next fragrance that I absolutely adore for layering is Tonka by Sully Notes. Now this is a tonka bean fragrance, obviously, but it has this marzipan almondy touch, which I really like. This reminds me of the Infusions de Iris line, the Infusions de Amande by Prada. It has that same sort of powdery, cozy, enveloping marzipan vibe to it. It's really delicious. And I find if you are a lover of almond, if you are a lover of tonka, this is an exceptional topper for any fragrance. If you just want to add a little bit of gourmand touch, a little bit of an almond accord, or some powderiness, some coziness, this is a really great layering fragrance. This, even layered with Orchidee Vanille, I feel like would create the most delicious cloud of, you know, chocolatey, vanilla, almondy goodness. I'm definitely going to try that out ASAP. This brand has a whole line of fragrances focused on one singular notes, so they're kind of meant for layering. So if you want something else besides tonka, I still recommend this brand. Check out, they have a wide variety of notes that you can play around with. So yeah, any of those would be great for layering. Next up is something I've recently discovered, and I am just jonesing for a full bottle of this. And this is Molecule 04 by Eccentric Molecules. And Eccentric Molecules is a company that does molecular fragrances, and they do a lot of fragrances that just focus on one synthetic molecular note. And so Molecule 04 is actually their sandalwood note. If you know me, you know I am a sucker for sandalwood. It's one of my favorite notes, if not my most favorite. And the minute I smelled this, I was in love. Oh my God, this is such... It's creamy and cozy, but at the same time has an aromatic freshness to it. It is just the most divine sandalwood fragrance. It kind of smells just like a really sexy man, but not in an overly masculine way. And let me tell you, this is strong. A lot of people can be anosmic to the molecular fragrances, which means you can't really smell them all the time. But I'm not anosmic to this one at all. I smell it all day long. You don't need a lot of this. It will last for the whole entire day. It will project. It will create an incredible sillage. I mean, I sprayed this sample on myself the other day. Ooh, I sprayed this sample on myself the other day. And I took a shower and I still smelled it afterwards. I went to my mom's house and I had one of those warming compresses around my neck. And after I left, my mom was like, "Why does my warm compress smell like sandalwood?" Just from this. That's how beast mode it is. So if you are a lover of sandalwood and you want to add sandalwood to any of your fragrances, a creamy, delicious, a little bit aromatic sandalwood fragrance, definitely check Molecule 04 out. These fragrances are almost kind of meant for layering. Even if you are anosmic to it at some point, they're still good for layering because they will extend the life and projection of your fragrance tenfold. Another fragrance that is amazing for layering is Baccarat Rouge 540. And why is this good for layering? Well, first of all, like Molecule 04, this is actually a molecular fragrance, which is why some people say that Baccarat does a disappearing act. You won't smell it and then all of a sudden you get a whiff of it, right? That's because it's molecular and you can become anosmic to it. But this is such a good scent for layering because it just has this very airy kind of burnt sugar sweetness. It's not too sweet that it leans gourmand, but it's not too masculine. It just has a quality of enhancing any other fragrance. Honestly, I could say you could pretty much layer anything with Baccarat, and not only would it become a beast mode fragrance, but it would just enhance the sweetness, the overall sophistication of that fragrance. So if you own Baccarat Rouge and you're just kind of sick of smelling it on everyone and smelling, you know, like Baccarat, just use it as a layering tool because it is phenomenal for that purpose. And lastly, I have a celebrity fragrance that I just absolutely adore, and this is Sophia by Sofia Vergara. There's something about this fragrance that I love for layering. Sophia is kind of a mix between La Vie Belle and Coco Mademoiselle. It's a little fizzy, it's fruity, it's sweet, but there's something sophisticated about it. It's juicy and just super playful and feminine. It mixes really well with other fruity tropical fragrances, but it also mixes well with things that are a little darker and deeper because it has some just patchouli and some of that Coco Mademoiselle DNA in there. I also love mixing this with scents like Delina that are floral because the fruity juiciness of it really brings out those floral notes and it just creates the most delicious, feminine, playful fragrance. This is a cheapie, so you can just overspray this. You can mix it with everything. You can go ham on the trigger. You do not hold back with fragrances like this. It is a very versatile fragrance. So check out Sophia if you want a juicy, fruity scent for layering that will just make anything a little more feminine and a little more playful. Those were my top 4 fragrances that I love to use for layering. Let me know down in the comments, what fragrances do you guys like to layer together? Or are you like me and you just have specific fragrances that you like to layer with pretty much everything in your collection? I'm sure I'll have more of these to come. I hope you guys enjoyed this video and I will talk to you very soon. Bye!